We're in New York. Like this is the real New
You already
York.
know where we at. You could do a New York accent.
Yeah,
Yeah? Go
a
ahead.
little bit.
Go ahead, try it.
No, I'm not trying it. I'm not. Hey, give me
Yo.
like 2 more of these, and it's not even gonna be an accent. It's just gonna be how I'm talking.
Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese.
You gotta say it quicker. You got bacon, egg, and cheese.
Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Dead ass my heart.
Guys, clearly I cannot stay still, okay? I've thought about this idea since August, and we're... Senor.
Nephew.
Even to this day, I hear 2 weeks and I start
Like, what?
panicking.
Why are you not coming outside? Because I'm trying to get successful.
That's why I enjoy being hard to get a hold of, because I don't have to tell you. I'm just
Exactly.
disappearing.
Hello, welcome to the For the Creatives podcast. Today we have a special guest. I call him Gage, but this is Gage.
Hello.
He is a fashion designer. He's very talented.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How have you been?
I've been good. Very busy.
Yes.
Holidays, everything, family, but it's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good. We're coming on new releases soon
Okay.
from the show.
Am I going to be invited to the next show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because I wasn't invited to the last show, y'all.
You were supposed to be there.
Where was my invite?
You didn't need an invite. You just supposed to know that you were supposed to be there.
The one thing I hate is when people post things on Instagram. I'm barely on Instagram, and I will not see it if you
That's
don't tell me
understandable.
about it. But now we know.
Right.
Yeah.
I pretty much did 90% of the whole show, so it was a lot. I didn't invite anybody.
Well, I'm gonna be there front row.
I'll have your name. I have
Yeah.
reserved.
I'll do like PR and stuff and
You'll have a name
the
tag. You'll have
press.
reserved your own seat.
Oh yeah. So thing about Gage is honestly I didn't really know you did fashion until I saw most of your designs on your Instagram and stuff like that, but you never really talked about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of elusive with it.
Why?
Because I like the work to speak for itself, I guess. So I don't want people to associate it with me because it's my name, it's
Yeah.
my brand.
Right.
So
Well,
I just put it out there to the world and let it do its own thing and become its own entity,
yeah.
because it's self-named.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I don't want to be the one known for it. I don't want people to associate me with it.
Yeah. No, I think that's still something that it makes sense. It's something that's yours and you want it sacred to you. But I definitely want to see more.
Yeah, well, I'm working
in
on
the
it. Look, I'm
upcoming
doing a
year.
podcast. This is
I
my first
know.
podcast.
I'm excited.
So
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
thank you.
You're
And I
welcome.
feel like also in the social media age, I kind of counter social media. I want to be the opposite. I don't know. I'm kind of over
Yeah.
some things. So
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. I think 2024, I definitely didn't want to be too seen because it could get overwhelming. And even as an actor, I felt like I had to be this content creator as well.
right.
But I don't want to be
I'm not a content creator. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a creative. I'm not a content creator though.
But it's not content creation.
Yeah.
And then, nowadays it's how many followers do you have in order to really, I guess, matter? And in this generation, and it kind of sucks because that shouldn't matter at all.
Yeah, and it leaks over in the fashion industry. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
People with big online, so models with big names, big
Right.
social followings, they're the
Right.
ones that get picked.
Exactly.
It's not because they're good.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, not necessarily because they're good.
And there's a lot of people that deserve to be picked, but they're not getting the recognition that they need just because of, they're not big enough.
Right.
But if they actually got the chance, they probably
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have 200-300 followers that are probably better than most famous people online,
Oh yeah.
but it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. So I want to know, how did this all start for you? What made you say you want to start doing fashion design and also continuing it as well?
Well, I've always kind of been a creative. My parents have always pushed that for me. They signed me up for art classes, probably middle school, high school. I've been kind of being in the art space. College, I was doing some stuff in design stuff just for fun on my own. I went to school for fine arts, so I was in that area. doing like sculpture and paintings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had an opportunity to do short films, do costume design for some short films for a David Lynch, a film person. He had his students do some short films.
Right.
So I had an opportunity to work with the head designer for that. And she ended up becoming my mentor, teaching me the ropes on how to sew, because I would just been doing it at home. My grandma taught me.
Mm-hmm.
So it became something that I started taking serious, because I really enjoyed the process of creating something, watching it be like worn on a person on film, edited, and then seeing the final product. I really liked that.
Yeah.
The storytelling behind just a piece of clothing. So that kind of just drew me in, and I did a couple projects with them. Jamie, shout out to my friend Jamie. She's my mentor. She helped me from my beginning. And then shortly after, I was like, you know what? I want to take this serious. I ended up moving to New York.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to come here. I did some internships for Fashion Week, and it just kind of something, it caught me right away.
Yeah. What was like your internship experiences? Because
I got very lucky.
Okay.
I'd done 3 or 4 different internships, but right when I moved here, I got lucky. I found a small PR firm.
Mm-hmm.
We worked with Maybelline. The Maybelline sponsored artists, there's like 25 a season. So it was like a month straight, all day, every day. I had a lot of initiative. I was sleeping on my friend's couch. I was like, I have this much money saved up to be here, to live here. I got to find an apartment.
Yeah.
So I really took it very serious, and I worked a lot. I stayed late if I had to, and I ended up getting hired after that season. And then I did freelance for 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just rough. You just really got to show initiative. You got to work harder than everybody else.
You do.
You have to spend your own money for travel. You have to figure it out. You have to dedicate your life to it.
Yeah.
You can't like half-ass it.
You can't have anything, especially if you really care about it. I don't think you'll want to.
Yeah. And I kind of I threw myself in. I was like, look, it's sink or swim.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody here. I had some friends. I moved from here, and I was just sleeping on my couch. I was like, this internship has to turn into something.
Oh, that's cool. I think the thing with internships too is you are not getting paid for it, but you have to still work as if you are getting paid for it. And if you really love something, you'll do it for free. Like you won't mind doing it for free.
I had the best time of my life. It was the greatest time of my life being there. It was a great experience.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, like when I did internships while I was in FIT, they were the best experiences. Even though I got fired from like my first one.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
It's a funny story, but it didn't make any sense. But other internships I had, they taught me something new every single time, and it made me want to work harder. So yeah, I didn't really mind it, but at the end of the day, it got me to have this work ethic, you know, to still do things even if it was for free. But when I did get paid,
understand, like the other side of it a lot more. Yeah. And it gave me the opportunity to work with some of the designers I'd always looked up to. I had seen just looking at shows online on YouTube. So I ended up getting to work with those designers. Yeah. So it was amazing for me. I loved it.
That's amazing. Who was your favorite designer to work with?
There was so many. We would do 25 shows a season. So it was like 4 different shows per day. Ones that really stuck out, I think Jonathan Simkai was really good. Anna Sui was really good. This may be controversial, but one of the worst seasons I ever did was Yeezy season 4. Absolutely terrible.
Yeezy?
It was the one in like Randall Island.
Okay.
It was like 80 degrees, 90 degrees, no water, like nothing. People were like, models were fainting. It was terrible. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was an experience, so I'll never forget it.
Oh, did you meet Kanye?
No. I met Anna Wintour.
Oh,
that would be even better.
that's even better. Yeah, I love that.
And she was sweet. She was nice.
That's good. She seems kind of like she's not sweet.
I love that about her, though, because in real life she was super sweet. Yeah,
she looks like she would bite you. Like, no, that's my dream person to meet. And I went to
Yeah, she was cool. It was cool. It was a great event, though. Even the event was terrible. It was a great experience because you could see like how it wasn't necessarily just him. It was the production team. It was everything as whole.
Yeah. And you get to meet so many great people too throughout that experience.
Absolutely.
Creating lifelong.
Yeah, trauma bond. Good thing, you know?
Yeah, that is what I was referring to. um, yeah. So, I mean, I definitely think there's a lot of designers that, deserve their flowers for sure. And it takes a lot to put together like a collection. I think, would you say that you're a perfectionist when it comes to that as well?
Yeah, I think there's always, it's like you're up until like the minute to go. It's last minute changes. I don't like this, throw this away, start over.
Yeah.
So time is always, you're always working against time. Because I'll come up with a whole collection and then just scratch it.
Really? So you do all that work just to say like, no.
Yeah, this isn't it.
Do you feel like you put a lot of pressure on yourself? Is that really it? Like what?
Can't even 100% explain it. It's just like, if this isn't
Your vision 100%.
giving the emotion, and like, if I don't feel like it's gonna like explain what I'm trying to explain right, or it just doesn't, I don't know, it's not any one thing in particular. It's just if it doesn't look right, if it's not that, like I didn't quite capture the essence, I'll just scratch it.
Okay.
So you work backwards a lot.
Yeah. I think, creatives, I guess that's probably I don't know if you would say that is your failure to success.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. I'm right now currently in the process of just learning to let go.
Yeah. And just create.
You made it, put it out there, close your eyes, go to the next.
Yeah.
Don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah.
So that's the process I'm in right now.
It's 2025. We're tired of being perfectionists. Just like do it and just strive for it being great, not perfect.
Yeah, and sometimes you just have to just like, I made this, put it out to the world, move on.
Okay. So who are like your favorite designers that have influenced like your work?
Well, I think early on I was introduced to Alexander McQueen before he had passed. And it just captivated me because his runway shows were like artwork.
Yeah.
It was like theater. And it was cool. Once I got a little bit older, I learned his story. And it really felt like, okay, like if he can do it, like it gives, like anybody has the opportunity to do it. Anybody has the option to do it if you're willing to. Galliano, mainly McQueen though, was like a very big inspiration for me as a young person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always just loved art, the arts, the painters, fashion, everything. So if I can just kind of mold it all into one like vibe, that's like kind of what I look to do.
Okay, that's good. And what would you say is like the lesson that you have learned so far in your designing journey?
You're gonna feel like quitting. I feel like I've like you quit and then you just gotta do it again. Like every time you quit, you gotta start back up again. Like there's so many mini quits within it. Like you're like, I give up. I'm gonna do it. Come back the next day.
Yeah.
Just keep going. You're gonna go through ups and downs, and that's kind of the best part. I feel like is you feel defeat and then you do it again, and you actually feel like the victory is so much more personal when you've like, I quit like 5 times in this project.
Listen, I think we all quit so many times. We want to quit, but if you, like I said, if you truly love it, you're not going to actually give up.
Right.
It's just this thing that tells you, okay, maybe I should, but you're not going to actually give up. It's just you're just tired and you want it so bad. And I think that's a good thing. It's just this drive that you have, and that shows the initiative that you decide to put in. So
yeah, when it's close to like your heart, it gets emotional. It's like an emotional process.
Yeah.
And I think learning to let go is a good thing. And it's a process. It's never like over.
Yeah.
You never just like, oh, I figured that out. All right, move on. Like, no, it's always there. You just learn to mitigate it.
Yeah. Do you feel like at your age that you have learned how to ignore all like those negative thoughts that tell you like, to when you're at your breaking point?
I wouldn't say ignore. I would say to accept that it's going to happen. It's going to be there. It's not going to go away. And how to use it and be like, okay, I'm at this point again. This is not a bad thing. This is a moment that I've gotten through in the past. I can get through again. How am I going to use this? I think that's the big thing, is not ignoring it, accepting it, and using that.
And so when it comes to like your creative process, from idea to finished piece and then to, just creating a whole collection, what would you say are like your challenges that come with that?
I think being your own worst enemy is probably my biggest fault.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's just, I think the more you do it, the more you get used to the ups and downs of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the ups become less up, the downs become less down, and you can kind of just go through it.
Yeah.
Just becomes a process, a cycle, and you just kind of get used to it. So the downs are less down, the ups are less up, and you're able to just kind of glide through it and be like, okay, we're here. This is, and just know when to turn and pivot.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're able to pivot, are you able to stay consistent?
Consistency is very important nowadays, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really worried about consistency though. I don't
You're
think.
not.
No, I'm like, look, if I look at it as if like I'm an artist, like you get what you get when you get it. This is all part of it. Even if I'm not creating,
Yeah.
that's part of the when I do create. So I'm not worried about consistency.
I was thinking about that too because everybody's so much about like consistent. And I was just like, I think it's about timing and hard. Yes, you have to put in the hard work, but I also do believe that as much as the hard work as you put in, whenever whatever you want is going to come whenever it's supposed to come, and you can be as consistent as you like, but I think that puts extra pressure on you at the same time.
Yeah, and personally, I feel like it dilutes what I'm doing. Because if I feel like I have to be consistent, I feel like I'm on a timeline.
Yes.
And then if I'm on a timeline, I'm rushing things.
right.
And fashion has a timeline, fashion has a schedule, posting online, being like all these things have
Influencer.
schedules, and I just am over it. So you get my posts, you get my work
When you
when
get
I
it.
do it and when I decide to do
Yeah.
it. It takes a lot of stress off of it. I don't have
Yeah.
to stress as much because I'm like, look, I didn't post for a year.
Exactly.
I'm like, well,
It's going to happen when it happens. I think that when you take your time with things, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, and that's why it's quality that matters the most. They want everything to be rushed in order for you to be consistent. But when you take your time, that's when everything comes out the best, quality wise.
right. And I think what are you doing it for is very important.
What are you doing it for? Who you're doing it for?
Right.
Why are you doing
And
it? Like,
I'm personally not doing it to get rich,
yeah.
to get fame. I'm not doing it for the money. If that is a side effect of it,
Yeah.
then I'm not gonna be upset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm elated. That's amazing
Yeah.
because that means people like what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not doing it as like a money grab to get money. I'm not doing that for
Yeah.
that. It's a form of expression for me. So I'm happy to just be able to do it. That's a blessing to me.
Yeah. Just be able to create.
I can live in New York. I can create. I can put stuff
can
out.
do
I can
whatever you
survive. Like
want.
it's amazing. So I'm happy with whatever timeline I decide.
Yeah, whatever's meant for you is for you on your time. How would you describe the aesthetic of your current collection?
Well, the current one, I kind of took everything from my past and just like because this was my first collection, my first real full runway show.
Mhm.
I wanted to do everything up until now.
Yeah.
So it was basically like my childhood, my teens, it was just everything up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was very like kind of like punk, Americana, rock, because that was kind of my life up until now. And now I can experiment. Now I can do like new things and test things out. And so that was kind of the way I looked at it.
Yeah.
Was let me just compile all of my past releases, all the past things I've made into one smooth collection, put that out. And now I can start from here and I can go forward and experiment and do, have more fun and play with it.
How would you give one word that you would describe your collection that intertwines with your story?
Anarchism.
Okay. I was not expecting that
America,
word.
anarchism.
Okay.
There we go. That's it. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Okay. As you should. So for your fashion show, what was the process like for putting that on? Since it was your first fashion show that I was not invited to, by the way.
This one was like a puzzle. It was like a puzzle piece because I have made a bunch of stuff in the past. I've done a bunch of random small releases and mini collections.
Mm-hmm.
So I was taking pieces from every one of those, reworking them, redoing it. Like, okay, I like this I did 4 or 5 years ago. Let me remake it, do a new version of that. So it was just kind of putting pieces to a puzzle together is what it felt like.
Yeah. And then you had to get like models and then
Right.
find people to help out, assisting wise, volunteers,
Yep.
finding a venue, all that type of stuff. And then doing,
The venue came to me. I was very blessed. I wasn't even going to do it.
oh,
And they came to me and were like, we have this, come do this. And I was like, nah, I'm not ready. I'm not going to do it. And I was like, wait a second. No, I have to do it. What am I doing? No.
what are you
I'm doing it.
You got to just do it.
Yep.
No.
So that was how that went. So I was blessed to have somebody come to me. And then I was like, all right, cool. That's my timeline. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out.
Did you do like a casting call as well?
Yep. Casting for models, fittings. Yeah, the whole nine. Makeup, hair, everything.
Damn, that's a lot. But you did it.
Yep. It was a lot. It was great though. I don't mind work. I don't mind work. I like work.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something I love.
Yeah.
Or it's to an angle that's something I appreciate and love. I like work.
That's good. I think a lot of people don't really know how much work you have to put into things. You know, you want to do a fashion show, you have to consider everything. And then, you know, there's a lot of people that I think you have to be also ready for the things that you may not be ready for.
Yeah, it humbles you.
Sense.
It's like you have to work a lot and you have to be humble. And if not, it's going to sit you down and it's going to humble you for you if you're not already.
Yeah.
Like you have to come into it as like very much like open-minded and be ready to work and be ready to be wrong and not get it right. And it's like, that's part of like the like personal, like you really have to like, it's a fight within yourself.
What made you like say you want to do a fashion show? What was that?
I've always wanted to. It's like kind of like the dream, like come to New York, do a runway show, like as a designer, like as somebody that is like grew up watching shows. It was like, this is like the goal. That's like the end goal.
That's good. So where do you see yourself in like the next 5 years?
Well, I would like to continue doing shows, maybe not necessarily on like the traditional fashion runway timeline, but I will continue to do more shows. And yeah, I think becoming more consistent with releases is a thing I would like for the next 5 years. More shows, more consistent releases. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, I'll be there in 5 years at every show.
Yeah, nope. The show will be before the next 5 years. There will be multiple shows. Probably this year I'll do one show.
Okay.
2025, one show.
That'd be dope. So what do you hope people will take away, you know, from your work in terms of, you know, style and impact?
I think if people were to take away anything from what I do, I think it would be the same feeling that I got from when I would first learn about McQueen, and he like learned about his history. Is that was a cab driver. Like you could do it. Like if anything you get from what I do is if I could do it, you could do it. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just putting in the work to give myself a position to be able to do it. Yeah, and it's possible for anybody. And it doesn't matter if it's fashion, art, anything that you like. Just go do it. Just start. You gotta start. It's not gonna be right. You just got to start somewhere.
In the beginning, it's going to be hard too. Like, I think a lot of people don't understand that's the hardest, most difficult, arduous part is the beginning. And that's also the most discouraging part because you obviously, you don't see the future yet, but you have to envision it and just believe in it. You know, you have only a few views and people just give up right away because they only see a few views. They only have a few people supporting their thing, so they give up right away. Even if only 5 people showed up to your runway show, at least 5 people showed up. You know, that's something. And
I think invest in yourself. If you something you really love, like invest time in yourself. Go take a night class. Go do something that's involved with it. You like art, go to museum, like do something, just keep your mind around that space if you really like it.
And study. Like a lot of people don't want to study. Just study on your time off. Learn how to sew. Learn, you know, I guess read books. Watch YouTube videos on how to do things so that you can improve your craft and be the best that you can be.
And there's a lot of really good content online for free. There is just so much when I was a kid in middle school, elementary school, it wasn't available.
Yeah.
And now there's just encyclopedias full of it that's available online to the public.
Yep.
So there's a lot of resources. Just spend the time, like you said.
Yeah.
Even if you have a regular job, you work, spend an hour a day, 45 minutes a day before you go to sleep, and just invest in yourself. Invest time is the biggest investment you could give to yourself.
Yeah. How do you balance that too, like with your
It's difficult.
job?
You just got to do it. You just got to push through it. Like, I don't know. There's no like formula. There's no magic like spell. It just,
Yeah.
I'd rather be tired and doing what I love than well rested and miserable.
Sheesh. I got 2 jobs and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I even balance everything, you know?
Yeah, it's always like a give and take.
Yeah.
It's always like, okay, I pushed myself too much. I need to like relax. But I think it's worth it in the end. Because I'd rather do it while I'm young
Yeah.
than have to stress about not have done it when I'm older. It's like laugh now, cry later. Like, I'd rather cry now and laugh later. So I'll go sleepless nights. That's fine with me.
Yeah. Drink your coffee.
Yep. Have my latte
Your
ready.
latte.
Set up. What's up? What are we doing? And don't go out and party. Partying and going out.
Don't you do that? That's what you do.
But you have to know there's a time and place. It takes away.
It does.
It kills motivation. It kills drive. I don't drink a lot. I don't. Compared to like New York drinking,
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot. I'm mostly home most of the time. I'll go out once every like 2-3 times a month, if that.
You're growing from the first time I met you.
Yeah, I used to go out a lot.
You used to go out a lot. I remember you
That was in my phase of not posting for about a year.
Yeah. You'd be like coming into pause and I'm like, hey, buddy, like, where are you?
But once the deadline hit for my show and I confirmed that, like I had to stop all of that. You can't do both. You can't. So you have to pick or choose.
I think also like at our young age, it's good to have fun. But I think it's very imperative to work so hard and have fun later. Like you have time to do all that. You don't want to be, old to the point where it's like, damn, I wish I wasn't partying in my 20s and my early 30s and now I have to make something for myself. So yeah, it's just discipline with for you.
Yeah, discipline and balance. It's like, you got to give yourself opportunity to go like let some steam off. Like, okay, go look. 1-2 Saturdays, Fridays a month, I'll go out, hang out with my friends, have a couple drinks. But Monday through Friday and Sunday, I'm gonna stay home, and I'm gonna invest in myself.
Yeah,
you just have to find balance, and it's like you don't want to burn yourself out.
I know that like even when you tell people that, some people don't understand that you're doing certain things for you. I would tell people I'm not going out right now or anymore. And they'd be like, but why? Why are you not coming outside? Because I'm trying to get successful.
That's why I enjoy being hard to get a hold of, because I don't have to tell you. I'm just disappear. I will just Irish goodbye and just not be there.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to explain yourself as to why you're not doing things, because people don't see the vision that you have.
And that just comes with hard work and just having just very much being in control of what decisions you make. Don't let other people make decisions for you.
Yeah.
Because if I want like a fashion, I want to do this, the next person isn't going to want to do that. So they're not understanding. They're like, I'm going out, I'm doing this. Like not everybody's life aligns. So you can't listen to what their life is telling them to do.
Yeah. I used to feel like I was missing out when I saw people like hanging out and stuff like that. But then I realized I didn't really care about all of that because I wasn't missing out, because I know late down the road it's going to be so worth it. So, oh well.
And cheers to that.
Cheers. Link. So, what can we expect to see from you that you can tell us about?
Well, what is it? In the next month or so, I'll be doing a release. I have like a few items I'm releasing from the collection. So I'm picking like 3 or 4 at a time to release. So the next like 2 or 3 months, I'll be like rolling out smaller select pieces from the collection to release.
Right.
So that's coming soon. So I've been working on that.
That's good.
And also doing some art on the side. some paintings and some photography on the side on my like Finsta. I'm releasing that, so that's not necessarily part of like my brand, but I'm also doing that. I'm releasing like making a little book.
Yeah, that's cool. Like a photography book.
Yeah, like photography, art book, just like a cool like coffee table book.
That's nice. So like Amy Leon Dore.
It'd be like friends and family, just give them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope I get one.
You'll get one. I have one personally signed with your name on it, wrapped up in a nice bow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
To make up for the show.
For the fashion show. Okay, so I want to get into our lovely topic. Okay. I feel like I want to do something deep.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Gage is a really good guy, y'all. So sweet. What do you look for in like your dream girl?
Oh God. Okay. Switch topics are okay. Dream girl. What am I looking for? Let me say something. Let me say it correctly. Somebody that's sweet. Just somebody nice. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. Just be kind. Kind person. That's why I think that's the most important thing. How do you treat people that you don't think you need?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yes. You're a sweet guy.
I'll figure the rest out.
You'll find that sweet girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm like, wait a second, I have to switch gears now.
So, is there like any specifications as to like how she look,
I mean, I'm a little vain. I mean, looks matter to me.
Don't be shy.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Beautiful, pretty. Like I'm looking for good looking.
There's a lot of pretty girls in the world.
Specifically good looking.
There's a lot of them. Specification.
No, I'm not very picky. I think it's just like I feel like people click. I don't feel like there's like a look to what when two people meet, it's like the vibe is right or energies match. I don't think there's a specific look to that.
Okay, so you're just looking for someone that you have good chemistry with.
Yeah, chemistry. Yeah, I don't think it has a specific look or like anything. I think it's just preferably somebody very beautiful and the chemistry is right. That's it. That's all I need. And kind. Yeah, if you match that, yeah. I don't care about anything else.
Okay. What if she's like very beautiful and like I don't know.
A bad person?
Yeah.
I like to think that I've grown past that and I've had my experiences with that. So I'm going to say ideally no.
Okay, good.
Because I was 2025, and I'm grown now. So I've done that. I've done that. I've got that out the way.
Yes. Do you want to get like married?
Yeah, eventually I would love to get married, have kids, all of that.
And are we expecting any
soft launch to new girl? Is that what you're asking? No, I don't have any. No, not at the moment. Nothing in the foreseeable future.
Okay.
As of right now.
Okay, that's good. How many kitties do you want?
Oh, I don't know.
Do guys not think about these things? Because I feel like girls think about this all the time.
I guess it would be cool to have two. I was the only child.
Okay.
So it'd be cool to have two.
Okay.
Because you get a brother or a sister, companionship, like that would be cool. Because I was the only child, so that was something I never had. Other than that, I don't know. I don't think about it. I don't think about it ever.
I feel like I think about it, but then I don't think about it.
The only thing I've ever thought about is like, do I want to have kids? Yes, that makes I'll have kids. How many? I don't know.
Okay.
That's just I don't know. I've never thought about it.
I know I want kids eventually. I want to like adopt.
I don't know.
You wouldn't adopt kids?
I'm not gonna lie. Adoption feels crazy.
Wait, why?
Because the process of it. So I got into it. I like looked it up. I was like digging into it. And different kids cost more depending on where they're from or where they're at or their age. Like it feels weird.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wait, you have to. You're
paying for them, and depending on where they come from, their age, like they cost different prices.
You have to pay to adopt them.
Absolutely. Adoption agencies are like it's very expensive to adopt a kid.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cruel. It's like they're not toys from a store.
It's weird.
Oh, Yeah.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Yeah, I be telling everybody, I'm like, I'm adopting my
You're like,
kids.
oh, okay. No.
I would definitely want my own kid, but I want to adopt as well. Like, if there was like 3 boys, I would take them all in.
See, so in my family, so my uncle is adopted from another family member. And like, that's cool. Like, I can see that. Like, you have a family member in need, like it was like, that's cool. But like adoption agency is kind of weird. It kind of feels like, it's like you're basically buying a kid from a corporation.
I just want to give a kid a home.
Well, that's sweet of you. That's
Okay, now I want to get into like friendships.
okay.
So as you get older, what are your thoughts on friendships? Like, have they changed from when you were in your 20s to now?
Yeah. Yes and no. I think there's just less friends as you get older. It's just like harder to keep contact with people. So I wouldn't say they die, because it's like a lot of the friends that I had in the past, I feel like we could reconnect at any moment and it would be like nothing ever happened. But it's just staying in communication with people is like, especially for me, is tough.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the type of person that just like calls people all day long. So I'm very like in my head. So I got like 3 or 4 people I hit up, hang out with, see, and then I'm just like do my own thing.
Yeah.
There's definitely very important people in my life that like I check on every couple months and like, hey, but yeah, I think as you get older, you just kind of like, life is serious. Life is rough. Like, you really got to focus on yourself. If you can, it's a full-time job. Like,
yeah,
being a human.
People take it so personally, and I'm like, girl, like I'm really going through it right now.
Yeah, like when I was young, I'm a free spirit. When I was young, it's like we could just hang out all day long, like nothing matters. But it's like as you mature and become like, oh, this is the real world. Like the friendships just they dwindle, and you just focus on who matters in your life, and you just try to cultivate like strong relationships with the few people that matter to you.
Okay, so when it comes to growing apart from people, do you feel like that affects you too?
No, I feel like if you're my friend, I'm gonna give you my all. So I would rather have like 2 or 3 friends that like I'm very close to, and we're all very supportive of each other.
Yeah.
Than like 10 or 15 friends that's just like kind of. New York is weird too, because people use each other. Like, you start making, if you're friends with too many people, you're gonna end up being friends with people that aren't friends with you for the same reasons you're friends with them.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just keep it close, small. We understand each other, and I'm a guy, so it's like me and my boys, like we understand each other, we know each other, we don't have to question each other.
Yeah, I've always realized like if you have a lot of friends, those are always people that are in the most drama.
Yeah, I don't like drama. I don't do drama.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a close knit of friends, that's the best. You just need like 5, 6 close friends, and like everybody else is just friends. I categorize my people: best friend, close friends, friends.
Yeah, I know a ton of people.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of people. There's a lot of people I respect, I love. I have a lot of people that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
But I just can't be close to everybody. Like, I just can't. It's just, I can't give myself that much. I can't give out that much of myself, because I won't have time for me.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta have time for me.
You come first.
Yeah.
So what are a few things that you've learned? I don't mean to tell your age. I know people don't like their age, but what are a few things that you've learned in your 30 years that you wish 20-year-old knew?
I don't know. I'm kind of okay with how the things go. Like, I don't mind. I think it was all part of the process. I think it's okay to not know the things in your 20s that you learn in your 30s. And I'm excited for things I'm going to be learning in my 40s that I feel like a kid now looking back. I think the process is good. And I think it's actually a beautiful process. Let yourself live long enough to be able to see the process. Like, don't expect too much too soon. Like,
enjoy the journey.
Somebody told me something really good. This guy told me, you learn in your 20s, you earn in your 30s. So I'm just excited for this new chapter of my life. In my 30s, I don't have to think about the things in my 20s that I used to. And I'm glad. I'm okay with that.
That teaches me so much. Thank you.
And it's okay to grow. It's okay to be
is.
older. It's okay to move on. It's okay. Like, I don't know. A lot of people get stuck on like, oh, you have to be young. You have to do this. If you don't do certain things and make certain successes by a certain age, it's over for you. That's not true.
It's not.
That's such a terrible way of looking at things.
Yeah. Well, gave some insights, Gagey.
Getting old is great. You care so much less about things, and it's
You
so
do.
freeing.
I feel
I feel so free, like getting older. I'm like, this is amazing. I can't wait to care even less.
I think it's because you care so much at your earlier age that you're just like, you're so tired. Like my frontal lobe, I feel like it's developed a little earlier than 25 because at this point, I just don't care about a lot of things. And I'm learning that the things I used to care about so much, they don't matter. It's a waste of energy.
Yeah, and I feel like you like metaphorically shed your skin every 5-10 years and you become like, all right, you're a new person. And it's okay. Like, it's good. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
I think you just accept where things are in your life and just keep going forward. I don't think there's any timeline. My timeline may be different from yours. You see somebody online that became successful at 18 and they did this. Well, good for them. But that doesn't mean that's what's right for you, and that's okay.
Yeah. Aw. Such a wise soul.
Well, it's taken a while. It's taken 30 years.
You did well. So yeah, this is the end of this lovely conversation.
Okay, I appreciate you having me on here.
I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, this is good.
Good.
This is good. This is my debut podcast.
This is
I love
his
it.
first podcast, y'all.
I don't like to take
First
photos.
podcast.
I don't like to be anything. So no, this is great. I enjoyed
I
it.
had to hunt
I always
you
enjoy my
down.
time with you. This is
Thank
good.
you.
I
know.
couldn't have picked a better person to do my first podcast with.
Thank you, friend. Thank you. It's basically, what I love about things like this is that it's just a conversation.
Right.
It's just us, like how we have conversations all the time with Rum Punch.
And we may learn something a little bit more about each other because we're actually
Exactly.
sitting down talking about it.
Exactly.
I love that for us.
I love that for us too. Do you have any last words before?
Nope. That's it. That's all. That's it.
it's like it's over now.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're
can
done.
breathe.
Cheers. All right. Alcohol, more Rum Punch.
Wait, what you want to share your Instagram?
My Instagram is my name, Gage Blanton.
This is the 3rd episode, okay? And we are going to go further with this, and many more guests to soon come, guys. So stay tuned for the next episode. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
And Brooke is amazing. Go follow all of her, everything she's doing. It's just going to get better, and she's going to be
Thank
a
you.
superstar.
Thank you so much. Adios, amigos and amigas.